Exactly, you
Absolutely.
do. Yes.
The guy's the best president ever.
Yeah, this is exactly what it is. Is there anything Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him? Do you support Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay. And if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Say that again.
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
My God, I would never vote for Harris or Trump. Trump
Okay.
every day, all day,
Okay. All right. Why do you support Trump?
because he's the best president of all time.
Best president of all time. Okay, that's an interesting one. Why do you think he's the best president of all time?
He does what he says he's going to do. He gets it done.
Does what he says he's going to do. Interesting. All right. So did he end the Russia-Ukraine war in 24 hours? Did he reduce electricity prices by 50%? Did he build a wall and make Mexico pay for it? Did he repeal and replace the ACA? Did he start no new wars? Did he release all the Epstein files?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the Epstein files have been released. No matter how bad Democrats want him to be in the Epstein files, he's not.
He is in the Epstein files. And by
Well,
the way, they have not released all the Epstein files. There's millions of files that have yet to be released, and they said they're not releasing any more.
He is not accused of anything. Yeah, he's
He
in
is.
the Epstein files.
He actually
but he's
is.
not
He actually is.
accused of
The
anything.
DOJ was scrubbing interviews associated with allegations targeted towards Trump, right, from a survivor of Epstein that got a settlement from the Epstein estate for their accusations relating to Epstein about abuse and trafficking. And they also made another accusation outside of the case about Epstein trafficking her to Trump, right? So that would implicate Trump. If we believe the accusations from victims of Epstein that got settlements from the Epstein estate, that would necessarily entail that we believe the accusation that implicates Trump.
Let me tell you something. If I was a billionaire in New York City, they would be lined up around the building.
They? Who's they?
With the women.
No.
Would be lined up around the building.
So, by the way, let me just clarify. Even if you do have this undersea or perceived notion that there are a bunch of women out there, wait, listen,
Trump has.
listen. Even if you do think that there's a bunch of women out there that do like Trump, that doesn't mean he couldn't assault someone, especially children, right? In the context of this case, where we're talking about the Epstein files, okay? So I don't understand how you're going to use that to say that, oh, he wouldn't act in any sort of horrible way just because there were people out there that would like him because he's a billionaire. That doesn't follow at all. There are plenty of billionaires and people who are have lots of influence that have used their power and abused it, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying Trump is doing.
They've been searching to find anything wrong with Trump for the last 15 years, and they've not come up with anything.
Well, I
They've
just gave
turned
you
over
something.
every rock.
Wait, do you want me to give you a whole list of things that I
Well-
can tell you are horrible about Trump that could disqualify him? I'll tell you. You said there's
Well,
nothing that they found about Trump. I'll give you a list.
You can give me your opinion.
Of course. That's what I just said. Do you want to hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was held civilly liable of forcibly penetrating a woman's against her will unanimously amongst a jury of 9 people. He literally bragged about walking into the changing rooms of women while they're changing without their consent, where 2 18-year-olds came out, so there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms when Donald Trump would barge in. He said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. He tried to undermine our democracy by sending false slates of electors to electoral college to cast Trump votes when he didn't win, and then he pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers on that day and called them patriots, and got 70% of the Republican Party to believe the election was stolen with absolutely no evidence. He called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, because he didn't like the election results. He called for the some Democrats because they said to follow the law and to not follow unlawful orders, right? Simply just a typical take that literally even Mike Pence said after January 6th. Should we start with that? We'll start with 6. Do you like 6, the number 6?
I'm going to assume that you are a Trump hater.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, then I guess good luck with that TDS.
Wait, do you want to engage with that? Because it sounds like you have TDS. You have Trump devotion syndrome because you're unwilling to engage with any of the arguments against Trump in the very first place, even from someone who's engaging in a civil manner with you. Simply just the idea of bringing it up, right, causes you to not even be able to respond to it. That is TDS on your behalf. And are you running away now because you have that TDS? Hello? Are you there? You're still in the live, man. Come back in. Don't run away. I see you're still here. Jeff. Just unmute yourself. You gotta accept that invite to unmute. I don't know how you muted yourself. I actually literally did not mute you. So he muted himself. Like actually, like really didn't do it this time. Hey, bro, Jeff, stay with us. Sounds like you got TDS, bro. You gonna come back? Are you scared, bro? I literally engaged in civil disagreement with you, and you're like, you know what? You guys are leftist liberals too far. I gotta go. Like, what? That's, what? You'd be okay with your TDS, Parker? Like, what? No
When you get a
substance.
little old, when you get a little older, you'll realize how wrong you are.
Okay, well, tell me how wrong I am. Since you're so much older and you do realize this, tell me why I'm wrong. Help me realize it.
Like I said, they looked, they turned over every rock to find something to hold against Trump, and they came up with nothing.
I just gave you a whole bunch of things. Would you like to tell me why those things are not
You said
true?
something about it. A 10-year-old girl in 10 years. What the hell are you talking about?
Do you want to hear the clip of Trump saying this?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, for sure. This is him saying to a 10-year-old girl he'd be dating her in 10 years.
Thursday night. You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Okay, now obviously the guy was just kidding.
Oh, okay, so it's okay to make like comments to fifth graders like that? That you're going to be dating a fifth grader in 10 years? You think that's totally okay to say and acceptable to say to a fifth grader? And like, say, if, for example, this was a member of your family, you'd be like, he's just joking.
That's like telling a girl, okay, you're going to be a princess when you grow up. I mean, yeah.
There's a pretty big distinction between saying you're going to be a princess when you grow up and I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. What?
Yeah.
Wait, how do you see princess and dating her in 10 years to be anywhere near the same? Like, what? What is that comparison, bro?
Obviously, Trump was just kidding with the kid.
But is it okay to make comments like that? If some just random 50, 60-year-old came up to your granddaughter or your kid, right, that's 10 years old, your daughter that's 10 years old, and said that to her, right, would you be okay with that? Just because they're quote unquote joking?
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
You wouldn't have a problem with that. No big deal.
The guy's obviously kidding.
You just let a 50, 60-year-old man, just random man walking in the mall, just say that to your
It's not a
family member.
Not a random man. It's Donald Trump.
He is a random man. I'm sorry, what the fuck? Like, especially if it's 1992, you're just walking down a mall, just some random man comes up and says that. And even so, if it's a celebrity, that doesn't make them okay with doing this. It doesn't make it okay for a celebrity to do this just because they're a celebrity.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so if some random person does it, then you have an issue with it. But if Trump does it, you don't have an issue with it, right?
Yeah, some homeless person says it's one thing. If Elvis,
okay, so you know, so he's going to dehumanize homeless people specifically, and that's going to be the basis for him saying, like, okay, if a homeless person does it, then it's going to be too far. But if Trump does it, he can do it all the time. I just love when Trump does it. It's a joke. It's so funny actually when Trump does it. Okay, so you see what I mean? You have TDS. You have Trump devotion syndrome. You don't apply the same standard to Trump that you apply to everyone else. Everyone else held to a different standard, a higher standard than Trump. But Trump, he's held to the Trump standard. Special Trump card.
Yeah.
Yeah, like seriously, like, do you have any account for that? Because it sounds like you're unwilling to address your TDS.
Oh, I'm not unwilling. I absolutely have Trump devotion syndrome.
Exactly, absolutely. You do. Yes.
The guy's best president ever.
Yeah, this is exactly what it is. Is there anything Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
Oh, absolutely.
Could you give me a specific example?
Well, it would all be conjecture because Trump would never do anything that would make me not support him.
So can you tell me?
He's just hands down the best ever.
Okay, so what could Trump do that would get you to stop supporting him?
I mean, if he went on a killing rampage, that would make me quit supporting him, okay?
Unironically, he's done that. You know that, right?
Against Americans.
Okay, so, I mean, didn't ICE murder multiple U.S. citizens in broad daylight? And they justified
they had it coming. Trust me, they had it coming.
Okay, they had it coming. Okay, and then Trump called for the execution of, like, multiple members of Congress. Because they just said to follow the law and to not follow an unlawful order if you're given it and you're in the military.
If you attack the police, you're probably going to get shot and you may die.
Okay, but if Donald Trump says that you should have gone to the Capitol on that day, then he's going to pardon you. You know, Donald Trump pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers on January 6th. And you know what? He called them patriots, might I add.
Yeah, he didn't ask anybody to do anything. They chose to do that themselves.
So then why did he pardon them?
My phone's ringing. I gotta go.
Okay, you gotta go. Okay. What? What? This guy, bro. This guy is actually like TDS, like personified, my guy. This guy is TDS personified. He admitted, he's like, yes, I've got Trump devotion syndrome. Like, what? Trump's the best president ever. This guy, bro. Well, let's see if he comes back. I actually am kind of curious. Keonan, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It's so sad. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. There's so many people that you can point to historically and have used their position of power to do evil, right? Like the idea that someone just being in a position of power makes them benevolent is ridiculous. Yo, how old are you? Oh, wait. Jeff, you're back.
Yeah, I had to take a phone call.
Okay, well, welcome back. What do you last remember from the conversation?
You're asking me, can Trump do anything that would make me not support him?
Yeah, could you name anything specific that he could do?
Well, like I said, he could go on a killing rampage against Americans.
Okay.
And you said, oh, he's already done that. He killed ICE agents killed 2 people. Well, that's not Donald Trump.
Sure, but like I was saying, they justified it. They justified it, and then also I was saying that he called for the
coming.
Wait, and then hold up, let me clarify. You then responded with like, if you beat a police officer, then that is going to mean you are justified in being shot. And I said, okay, well, under Trump's administration, if he tells you to go to the Capitol on January 6th, then if you do that, he's going to pardon you and call you a patriot. Because he did that for members who beat police officers on January 6th.
Yeah, let me tell you something. He said, go to the Capitol, and he didn't say go there and raise hell and start beating police officers. No matter.
But he pardoned them and called them patriots.
No matter how bad you want it to be one way, it's not.
Okay, so like you could say all the things prior, like the things that you said, like fight like hell, like these things alone. If he just said these things, they wouldn't be indicative that he was trying to incite violence on this day. But the issue is he's pardoned the violent rioters and he's called them patriots. Does that? And he tried to create a $1.776 billion slush fund to help bail them out because he thinks that they were mistreated. I'm sorry, you can't look at that set of facts and say, oh yeah, Donald Trump has no blood on his hands in this scenario.
Some of these people got 15, 20 years in federal prison. That's
if you've a police officer, you should. On January 6th, you tried to undermine our country's democracy and tried to take over our capital. They smeared on the walls. What are you talking about? If literally anyone of any other ideological belief did this, wait, hold up. I just want to clarify. If anyone of any other ideological belief did this, you'd be looking at this as traitors that should be like. That's how MAGA would look at this. If liberals tried to do this, they would call for their okay?
Traitors, you just defined the people in Minneapolis that were fighting against ICE agents.
It's not traitors.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are.
Wait.
They should have all been shot.
And they weren't fighting against ICE agents. Like, for example, Renee Good was literally just sitting on the side of the street. She said, I am not mad at you, and then was trying to pull away from the ICE agent, and the ICE agent shot her and called her a bitch.
They were putting her under arrest. She drove off.
You know that, right? Wait, you know that, right? Like, he literally did that after he shot her. And the third bullet was the one that killed her. He shot 3 shots at her. The third one is the one that killed her. And he shot that multiple feet to the left-hand side of the driver's side of the vehicle. Okay? There was no possible risk of the car going towards him in that scenario. She was murdered in broad daylight.
As she should have been.
No, she should not have been. That's disgusting. You cannot just say because people politically disagree with you that it's okay that they're in broad daylight. It's just ridiculous.
Well, she went there looking for a fight, and she found one.
Wait, she was not looking for a fight. She explicitly said, I'm not mad at you. Wait, dude, she explicitly said, I'm not mad at you. That's what she said. How is that looking for a fight?
She'd been following ICE agents all day.
That doesn't mean she's looking for a fight. She's doing ICE Watch. That means she just wants to hold them accountable for the things they're doing because they don't have body cams themselves.
They are.
That's not even like. That's literally just recording them. What's wrong with that?
They are arresting illegal aliens. That's their
undocumented
job.
immigrants, sure. Okay, but like you can still record them. It's totally within your rights to do that. There's nothing wrong with that.
You can peacefully protest.
Yes, that's what recording is. If you are recording, actually recording ICE agents is absolutely a form of peaceful protest. Why? Because it's simply something that you're just trying to get out accountability for these agents and to show, like, if any circumstance goes wrong, that there's going to be something caught on video, because you know what happens when they don't catch it on video. They lie about it, and that's what happened. Even when there was video, they lied about it. Okay? So this happens all the time. And it's just the fact that people don't have this on recording that they're able to get away with it because they're not putting these things on cams. Okay? That's why Ice Watch even existed in the first place. Yes, that's peaceful protest. And no, that does not mean that she was justified in being shot.
Well, that's your opinion.
That should be everyone's opinion. If you think it was justified to shoot
Well,
people who politically disagree with you for peaceful protest, then you do not believe in the First Amendment.
It's not everybody's opinion. It's your opinion.
I said it should be everyone's opinion.
Leftist opinion.
It's not a leftist opinion. It's a common sense, typical, rational American opinion.
No, it's your opinion.
Yeah, but it's also the opinion of every other rational American.
No, it's the opinion of irrational Americans.
No, it's the opinion of every rational American. That's what it is. So if you want, can you tell me what was the basis for saying that lethal force was justified in this scenario? Because I can give you multiple legal statutes to undermine your basis for that. And I'll tell you exactly how, right, you are going to have to justify the use of lethal force in the very first place. And we can tell you whether or not it met those standards or qualifications.
Then why wasn't the officer charged?
Because of the fact that the Trump administration didn't follow through with helping there being an investigation into this, right? To be being able to even charge them in the very first place, they didn't follow through with the they withheld documents associated with them. So you have to understand that Minnesota was literally prevented in being able to hold them accountable for that because of the fact that the Trump administration did not cooperate.
All right.
So who's not cooperating with the law now?
Let's talk about the other clown that got.
Can we be clear? Who's not cooperating with the law right now? Is it the Trump administration?
Let's talk about the other clown that got unalived there.
Alex Preddy?
Yeah.
Alex Preddy's not a clown. Okay, what did Alex Preddy do that justified the use of lethal force against Alex Preddy? Lay on the ground?
He was looking for trouble and he found it.
What does looking for trouble look like?
Oh, kicking the back of the car.
That was 11 days prior. How can an action 11 days prior justify lethal force 11 days later?
Showing up with the gun. He was looking for trouble.
Wait. So you don't believe in the Second Amendment because he was legal, lawful gun owner, conceal carry, never brandished the firearm. So are you against the Second Amendment?
No, I'm not against the Second Amendment.
Okay. So it's good to hear that you have no issue with him carrying a gun in that scenario. And also, by the way, you had no problem with Kyle Rittenhouse doing that either, right?
Kyle Rittenhouse protected his own life.
But you were totally okay with him showing up to the protest, like AR out, right? Just open carry, right? You have no problem with that? At a protest like that?
No.
You don't think that was dumb?
Well, first of all, I believe the election in 2020 was stolen.
Of course you do, because you believe in things without evidence. Let me guess, you believe the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, isn't safe and effective too?
No, I never got the shot.
Of course. Okay, so you see what I mean? You don't believe in science, you don't believe in the elections, you don't believe in basic facts, because your feelings preside over the facts from your own perspective. You're a snowflake, what can I say? A snowflake with TDS.
I'm a snowflake. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, you are a snowflake.
I'm a snowflake.
Yeah, because you believe in things with no evidence. You believe things based on your feelings and not the facts. Even when the facts are very evident to you, you still just because of your feelings say, I'm not going to consider those because they're liberal facts.
They're not facts. They're feelings from the left.
Nope, they're facts. Okay, you're providing these feelings because you just believed in those things without any evidence. I can provide you science for the proof of the safety and the effectiveness of the vaccines. I can show you 60-plus court cases that indicate no sufficient evidence to overturn the election, audits in all the swing states that literally indicate no sufficient evidence to overturn the election, right? And you can't give me anything. So, try.
Yeah, I'll give you one. They harvested the ballots.
What court case determined that?
It is just common sense.
It's just common sense, so trust me, bro.
How would they elect a senile old man?
You mean Trump?
You mean
Trump over Kamala Harris? I don't know, because they were misinformed, propagandized.
Kamala Harris is a blithering idiot. She
Nope.
can't even put a sentence together.
Yeah, she can. She has no problem doing that at all. Donald Trump is the one who literally had concepts of plans for healthcare after asked 10 years later on. He couldn't put a sentence together because all he could say is, I've got concepts of a plan. That's all he could do. He couldn't put a sentence together on what the plan would be.
Could you imagine what this country would be like if Harris would have won?
Yeah, way better.
Are you kidding
Way
me?
better. We wouldn't be at war with Iran.
Oh my God.
We wouldn't have had tariffs in place, so we'd have better GDP growth. We'd have better real median wage growth. We'd have better inflation rates. We'd have better unemployment, more job growth. We'd have more real domestic manufacturing investment in the country. We wouldn't have divested from renewable energies, so we'd have more energy independence in the country. And you just got a flag. Do you have a second account, Jeff?
Do I have a what?
Do you have a second account here on TikTok?
No, I've been on TikTok for about 2 weeks.
Okay, well, Jeff, you got actually a flag for harassment and bullying. You're welcome to come up on a different day and we can finish our conversation there, Jeff. But TikTok doesn't want me to keep you up here for right now because you just got a flag. So you can come up tomorrow and we can finish our conversation then. You're welcome to do that, and I can cure you of your TDS. You know what's a pal to you?